Hello friends, today's topic is more food stamps rant. Let's rant.
This message is for all the people that are complaining that they're not getting their food stamps for November. What did you do with October's food stamp money? What'd you do? Looks like you're going to be going to the food pantry for your Thanksgiving meal. I know a lot of food pantries hand out turkeys for Thanksgiving. All the sides and trimmings too. Lots of food pantries. You better figure it out. I'm sick of hearing you complain, honestly.
That's evil. Like, I know if you've seen my face on this app before, you follow me, you're expecting thoughtful, nuanced commentary, and I'll get there. But my first gut reaction to that video is, it's evil. Full stop. It will not surprise you to learn that that person makes content about being a Christian. Yes, she does. We are very well used to the intersection of conservatism and Christianity in this country producing results like that. I haven't read the Bible in a long time, but I don't recall there being any passages that were like, fuck you, poor hungry people. You should have planned better. Go fuck yourselves. Like, I don't remember that. Even if you're not a Christian and you're just a quasi-observant human being, and understand that we live in one of the wealthiest countries in the history of the human race, and nobody has to be hungry on this whole planet, in fact. Oh my God, you guys, it's Jesus coming out from behind the clouds to tell me that, yes, I am correct. You should be feeding the fucking poor and loving your fucking neighbor. Let me say that again. There is no need for any human being on this whole planet to go hungry. We have enough resources to feed everyone on the planet. The only reason that human beings starve on this planet is because we humans have created systems that keep resources away from people who need them in order to make profit. The fact that we even have social safety net programs with stigmas attached to them means we have failed as human beings.
Did you stock up on pantry items and try to shop smartly? Or did you just go buy a bunch of processed garbage?
That's just Puritan morality and white supremacy doing a handshake. That's all that is. It's a moral judgment for needing to use food assistance in the first place, and then a further moral judgment about preservative-laden junk food, which is a moral failing somehow. Why? Because of diet culture / health and fitness culture, which all has its roots in fucking white supremacy. Starving people should be miserable, but generally speaking, only rich white people should get to starve themselves intentionally. If you're starving by accident, then it's because you're a fucking poor piece of shit.
By the way, you can thank the Democrats for the government being shut down and your benefits not coming through for November.
There's like a $6 billion contingency fund that program has, so that in case of a government shutdown, nobody loses their food assistance. This is, by the way, how people continue to receive their food assistance during the 2018 and 2019 government shutdowns in Trump's first presidency. Much like the GOP's continued insistence that somehow, despite controlling all of the government, all three branches of the government, it's the Democrats' fault that this shutdown is happening, they're holding people's food hostage for political purposes. This is a policy decision. Telling all the states we're not going to disperse funds for SNAP in November is a policy decision. They have the money to do it. They're not doing it so that they can say Democrats are starving people. They're holding literal children and elderly people and some of the most marginalized people in our whole country who need the most help. They're holding those people hostage and starving them for political talking points.
We always got food in our house, no matter what. I would take a third job. I have 2 jobs. I would take a third job if I had to, just to make sure my kids ate. What are you doing for your kids besides coming on the internet and bitching?
I hate to even make this point because, as I said at the top of this, there should be no stigma around any social safety net. And furthermore, we should all just be able to eat food. Like, this is something that we could solve. World hunger is something we can solve. A substantial portion of households that use SNAP benefits have elderly people in them, have children in them. I know in the state that I live, it's about 1/3 of the families using SNAP have children. There are disabled people who cannot work. There are people who do have 1 or more jobs. I hate to even enter into the rhetorical logic of people taking advantage and freeloading in the system, but it's just fucking not true. People who are on food assistance are working, or they can't work, or they are children. But all of them should have food anyway. Nobody deserves to starve. And if you think people deserve to starve, then you are evil. Who the fuck in their right mind gets on the internet and eats food to camera and then mocks people for having to make use of a food pantry so as not to fucking starve, and of all cultural holidays in America, fucking Thanksgiving, which is the food-centric holiday? Who does that? Somebody who wants to get engagement and make some cash on TikTok, and who is also possibly an awful person. That's just a guess. No one in specific that I'm thinking of. Food, housing, medicine, and safety are human rights. And if you think I'm naive, then I think you're a monster. Hope this helps.
Update for those in Georgia that are on food stamps through EBT and SNAP. If you do not use your balance on your card before the end of October, you will not be able to access your benefits in November. Make sure you check the state that you live in to see if you will still have benefits that you may be saving for Thanksgiving. Y'all be safe out there. Go ahead and stock up on what you're going to need for Thanksgiving, and I'll keep you guys updated. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Took my food stamps. They took my food stamps. That lady was kicking and screaming in the car and crying, saying her children ain't gonna be able to eat. So you gonna let your children starve because the government shut down and they took your food stamps? When you give somebody 100% to feed you, you also give them 100% to starve you. If A don't work, plan A don't work, you go to B. And what you do is get on the phone and see what churches are giving away a box of food. Or you take $10 in Walmart and go get some noodles and eggs and whatever you got to do, peanut butter sandwiches, eggs and rice. Go back to what you know. But you don't let your children starve because the government took your food stamps. Come on. You a mother. You got to get up. You crying. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay. Wipe them tears. But do what you have to do. God not going to do that to y'all. But he also going to see what y'all going to do in the midst of the storm. You going to pray about it. And after you pray about it, you going to get up and you going to make the phone calls that need to be made and go to food banks, whatever you got to do to make sure that your children eat until this pass. It is what it is. People losing their mind behind food stamps. Go buy a book or two. Do whatever you have to do. Keep your head above water. Only the strong will survive. But to see that lady doing that and carrying on in that car, that hurts me to my heart. Hugs and love. Y'all be blessed, J-Lo. It's not the end of the world. Wow.
What's crazy to me is that the majority of people who are criticizing those that are on food stamps are literally one step away from being homeless. Your odds of being homeless tomorrow and needing financial aid from the government are predominantly higher than your odds of becoming a millionaire tomorrow. I don't give a fuck if you work 12 jobs every single day. One house fire, one car accident, one illness or complications from an illness is all it takes for you to lose every fucking thing. But yet here you are, criticizing people whose stories you don't even fucking know, bro. Most of the people who are on food stamps have jobs that nobody fucking else wants to do, but they are jobs that need to be done. For example, I worked at a daycare taking care of rich people's children for $12 an hour. Now, what if all those fucking underpaid daycare employees decided to just up and quit their fucking job and go find another job like you said? Then who's gonna watch your fucking snotty ass kids? Cause it ain't about to be me, bitch. I'm telling you right now, if you don't fucking humble yourself today, the world will humble you. I can say for a 125,000% fact that nobody with an EBT card finds it to be a good time when they have to swipe that bitch at the cash register while there's 4 rich white men standing behind them scoffing at them for using government assistance because everybody's so goddamn nosy. Everybody cares about what everybody else is fucking doing. Well, shut the fuck up, bitch, because guess what? You're one house fire away from doing it too. You are one fucking car wreck away from losing everything and needing those same exact benefits. If you don't qualify for them, that's a good thing. That means you are not in some of the predicaments that some other people in this country are. Be thankful you don't qualify. Don't be mad. Be thankful. And if you are mad, hold up. Because if you are mad that you're not qualifying for food stamps, maybe you should get another job. Maybe you should get a better paying job. Humble yourself or the world will. That's it.
Most of these people will have no choice but to look for work. Comment down below and tell me what you think. Thank you for watching. Until next time.